Welcome back to Nintagious. I took a couple days away from playing this because I was no, yesterday I just kind of didn't feel like gaming. Believe it or not, when you start gaming practically as a job, you kind of have to like just take a break from it every now and then. So I did that yesterday, and day before that, I would rather have played Gunfire Reborn, so I played that instead. I had to like, it's still a really bad title. I had to like really search my brain. I almost called it Gunstar Heroes, and I was like, that's not it. That's absolutely not it. I had to like remember and like remind my muscles how to say the words because it's just anyway. So we're gonna jump back into Scorn. Like I said, it's been like 2 days since the last episode, I think. I hope I'm not completely lost, and I hope we don't. I've managed to have a bit of a refresher in regards to what happened with the not so great combat in the last episode. Yeah, there's one of those bitches over there. What's over here? Right, there was a Healy-majig, which I can no longer use. The unfortunate thing, and if you're watching a lot of my video content, you're probably gonna see this, is I'm like just in the mood for games like this. And I think even though I have issues with the way combat panned out in that last episode, and may continue to have issues with how combat plays out in the rest of this. This has been such an interesting time, just because this game is like so out of my wheelhouse. Hello? Like, this is just not the type of game I usually play, which has made it a very interesting experience. And it's made me want to check out some other stuff on Game Pass in particular. And like, what I'm getting at is it's a shame that didn't happen until October was over. It would have been pretty nice to be able to do that as like October content. So we had to go to all that trouble because we broke the other one, basically, is what just happened. Because it was covered in gross corpses. Can I actually not get in there? Now what do I do? So we did that. I don't think we have to do anything else with this. Do I go back down, maybe? But then how do I get back up? Let's meander a bit here. And hopefully avoid combat. Oh, what's this do? I don't think that's what that was supposed to do. It was a little peculiar. Maybe there's a use for it. I guess I could have just walked around on this side. Actually, I didn't have to take that. Is that going to cause a problem? No, that should be fine. I'm actually worried that, like, the combat might be detrimental to the experience. Because that one ooh. 80006 path forward constructed. Cool. Oh. That one bit of combat like really kind of took me out of it to the point where the rest of the game was kind of like I don't even care now because that sucked. Oh. I don't think I even noticed that there was a door over here. That didn't sound good. I did realize that, yeah, the D-pad changes weapons. So that might be handy to have. I don't think I have any bullets for this, do I? Nope. It's time for my stomach arms to... What is going on? Like, is there a person inside of me? Phrasing? I think I've already made that joke. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, shit, I don't have any healing. Yeah, I just forgot what the button was. It's fine. Alright, well, now which fucking way do I go? I still think the atmosphere in this game is really good. And I'm definitely glad that I checked it out. But I think the problem I'm having now is that, like, is this more ammo? Ooh, you'd love to see it. The problem I'm having now is I'm dreading combat, not because the things are scary. I'm dreading combat because combat's not good. So it's not like I'm creeping around corners because I'm like, oh god, those things are gross and scary and I hate them. I'm creeping around corners because I'm like, I don't want to pull too many enemies at once because then I'm probably going to die and I'm going to get pissed off. So it's maybe not the tone they were going for, if I had to guess. I don't know, maybe it is. Like, if I see something patrolling like that, I'm kind of like, just let him go. So we don't want to have to wind up fighting it. We do have ammo now, I guess, which helps. But, again, it's like, I don't know, it's not fear. No, fuck. Did that not hit him? Are you kidding me? Fuck. I did have some shots in there. Okay, cool. Made the most of it. So the little bulbs on the right are your, like, max ammo, and left is current clip. That makes sense. I didn't mean to do that, but just in case you needed to be reminded of that grotesqueness, then there you go. I guess I'm frustrated because I do think that the game does a very good job of, like, atmosphere and stuff, and... Okay. I was, like, kind of locked in place there for a second. It was trying to give me an oh shit moment, and I don't think it really landed as well as it did. I think the combat being annoying just broke immersion, is kind of what it came down to. So now I'm not, like, terribly frightened or even unsettled by anything, because I'm kind of just like, please don't pop out of the wall because I don't want to have to fight you because combat isn't good. And I wish that wasn't the case, is what I'm getting at, because I feel like it has been an enjoyable experience until I hit that, like, one room where I was like, oh, this sucks. Do I want to go ahead and use this? Or do I want to, like, keep going for a minute? I feel like I want to keep going for a minute. Let's see what's over here. There's nothing over here. Didn't sound great. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit this really quick. Oh, but there's a door over there that just opened. Son of a bitch. Okay. Hi, kitty. What you up to? I should really set up the cat cam for videos, huh? In case you were deciding to grace us with hanging out with a casual laze in the middle of the floor. It doesn't look like you're probably gonna go into the closet where we can't see you anyway. That did not sound good. What the hell is that? Okay, noted. And now's the moment of truth. Where's the checkpoint at? Because they put the checkpoint too far back. And that was part of the problem with that rough combat segment I got to, is that the checkpoint was really far back. Did I even go down this way? Yeah, I did. The checkpoint's pretty far back. It's a little on the annoying side, if I'm being honest. Hit him? Oh my god, this gun is so bad. Oh, because the first one missed. Alright, we're gonna immediately die when we come across that thing again. I want to have a good time. It's just... combat isn't great. That thing, like, immediately just ambushed and just killed me with, like, no warning. It wasn't even really scary. It was just kind of like, okay, now I'm dead. I didn't even get a chance to, like, learn how to deal with that encounter. I literally didn't even know it was there, and it knocked me on my ass. Like, cool. I still think that fear has the opportunity to be very potent in a video game. But when you hit me with stuff like that, that's, like, not... I don't think it's necessarily it. No more bullets. It didn't save all the bullets I picked up. Man, come on. That is so annoying, dude. This game isn't that long, so I would like to stick it out. But man, I'm already like... This is why I didn't want to play it for 2 days. Alright, where the hell were those bullets at? Down here, I guess? Let this fucker pass, because we definitely don't want to be in more combat than we have to be in. Guess go ahead and heal me, even though having no heals left is going to just be complete ass. Where were those bullets at? Were they behind me? Yeah, I just don't have those bullets. Where were those? I had them before this. Why did it take the bullets away? They were, like, behind the checkpoint? How's that even work? I guess did I come far enough forward that it saved and then I turned around and went back or something? Yeah, there it is. How did... I was just to say, like, if the bullets aren't here, I'm gonna be really mad. What is this game's checkpoint system? Like, that's maybe the other issue, is that this game's checkpoint system is kinda assy. And that's not gonna help matters. Maybe horror games just aren't for me. Like, I don't know. Maybe the fact that immersion was so quickly broken for me and I was able to, like, see past the lines of code, or see through the lines of code. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm just seeing it as a series of game mechanics now, which makes it kind of difficult to get immersed in the atmosphere. Now I'm kind of like, oh, scary monsters, who cares? Who's looking forward to, me dying and having to go back and get the ammo before the checkpoint that didn't save for some reason again? I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are, because... yeah, it was worth a shot. Probably not, but... wow, it barely even slows him down. Oh, why am I pointing up? What the hell? Oh my god. Are you serious? What the fuck? That takes a full clip and doesn't die? I think I'm done with this game. Like, excuse me? I think what this comes down to is, like, bad game design isn't scary. What are you doing? What a shocker, I don't have the ammo anymore. What the hell? I guess I hit the checkpoint, but the ammo was kind of, like, off to the side. So the checkpoint trigger was just fucked? Man, the first, like, 2 to 3 hours of this game was really good. And then they put a gun in my hands, and I'm like, this game's awful. What happened? I think you should have maybe hit a point where you were like, hey, you know what? Maybe combat's not our strong suit. Maybe we shouldn't. Okay, there's nothing down that way anyway. This has a really bad fire rate, too. Like, I was kind of mashing fire there, and that was all the faster it could shoot. I have an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea. Oh, it's so fun. It might still work. No, not that button. Damn it. I thought I already told it to switch. Thinking, what if I lure it back here and then close the gate? Like, that's enough to get it on me. Oh, no. I bet it can also come through that side, too, actually. Oh, no, because that door's shut. But that door also shuts, so it's going to be too far away for me to actually deal with. I'm trying to think outside the box and think, maybe this bit of combat is a puzzle. Maybe I'm not supposed to be dealing with this thing head on. No, I couldn't, like... My hope was I could, like, lure him over and then hit him through the bars or something. I don't think that's gonna fly. Maybe I was on the... Oh, maybe I was on the right track here? I could still maybe trap him in this circle. But what good does that do me? Oh, that's not good. He's right there. He's not gonna follow me out here. Of course not. And an analogy that I make a lot on streams anymore is that I don't like when gameplay puts you in a Jigglypuff versus Ganondorf quick play scenario. And that's what this is. It's gonna take me like 37,000 hits to kill this thing, and it can just hit me like twice and completely trivialize my entire existence. I don't think that's good gameplay. Like, I just don't think it is. Especially when the checkpoint's not right here. If the checkpoint was right here, I think I'd be able to... I'd still think this is horrible, but at least I wouldn't have to go through all this nonsense just to get back to it to try it again. Like, because I'm like, well, maybe I should try this weapon. I don't want to try this weapon, because the cost of death is awful. Like, I don't want to die and then have to do all that shit again, and... etc., etc., etc. It's just a agonizing gameplay loop at that point. I was gonna say, does he even see me? Oh my god! Went right over his head. I think I might be onto something with lure him out there and then close the gate. But, like, what do I do then? Now I have to get the ammo back, go all the way down to the area, put the gun, stick my gun in the hole, because ha ha ha, phrasing. Turn the gates around, run up to the guy, watch as he murders me. I have to kill the little guy in between the enemies, because that's also a thing that I have to deal with. He might hit me, and then I have even less health, and... What? I think this game's biggest mistake was, like, giving you guns. I don't think they ever should have done that, because the combat is, like, so not great that it's like, why does this even exist? Because it doesn't... It's not good in the sense of it makes gameplay more tense, because of the fact that every battle is, like, not easy. It's not good in the sense of this is frustrating. At first I had an idea of what if I drag him all the way back here. Maybe I can trap him in that thing somehow. Honestly, I think I'm giving the game too much credit, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's just they thought it would be funny to throw an enemy at you that you do not at all have the firepower to take care of. Which it isn't, I'll say. Like, I legitimately am not sure if I can kill this thing. And that's not great. Keep trying to think, is there something I should lure him into doing? I feel like there's an answer here that isn't gun him down with the shotgun, because I don't think that's the answer. Oh, it actually killed him that time. So what went wrong the last time when I hit him all 6 times and he just kept running at me? I guess just my aim was off and I missed a couple shots? Oh boy, I can't wait to die and then have the checkpoint put me back in front of this guy, so I have to do it all over again, and then that time he's not gonna die, and I'm gonna have to, like, then I'm just gonna be stuck there again. Okay, so that's the other, like, loop. Which there's nothing to do over there. But there must be. Oh, no, the path is open this way now. That makes sense. Oh, okay. Stop. Okay, so alright, I get where I am. It's another one, but it's all destroyed. I can go this way and I can go that way. And even in this, like, those frustrations aside, the atmosphere did manage to, like, pull me back in, and now I'm, like, kind of tense again. Elevator. Okay. Looks like I'm supposed to go that way. I think a lot of it might just come down to checkpoints, really. Like, I think if the checkpoints were a little better designed, less punishing, I don't think it would be as frustrating. It would maybe still be frustrating, but you'd be able to at least get past it and then be like, okay, it's behind me at least. It's probably important. It's probably gonna rotate one of those big fans, if you want to call them that. It's one of those. I can open that, right? No. I need level 3. It's only level 2. Okay. But yeah, in the moments following killing that thing, the music was really tense. And that kind of pulled me right back in. I just have to hope it doesn't then shatter the immersion again with another moment of questionable combat. I'm kind of hoping that eventually I'll just, like, get a better gun. And then that'll kind of take care of everything. But I also feel like that would ruin the terror in our, like, just a heartbeat. Because then it would just turn it into, like, an FPS, where you're just like, I'm just gonna shoot everything. So I don't think that would necessarily be the solution either. Like I said, I feel like I should be terrified of the enemies because they're, like, scary. But I'm kind of not. I'm, like, overly cautious because these enemies can, like, easily kill you. That doesn't necessarily make them scary, it just makes them punishing. So I'm, like, trying to not let them get the jump on me. Oh, is that some healing? Because you love to fucking see that. Oh no, it's a thing for the... Oh, but there is a healing ammo thing. I would have preferred healing, but I did use a lot of ammo on that guy, so I guess that's also fair. Beauty. What goes on the right side, I wonder? Must be for another gun. So you just don't take all of the ammo if you don't have the capacity. That makes sense. Ah, fuck. Where the hell did he come from? Guess I have a reason to go back and get the ammo. I feel like I should just try to run from him, though. Not run from him, but dodge him. Because that's just, like, gonna soak ammo. And I'm not really gonna get anything out of it. If anything, he's gonna kill me, and then I'm gonna go back to the last checkpoint, probably. Because there probably hasn't been one since. Actually, there was probably one when I picked up the key. Realistically. But still, that'll just frustrate me and spend a bunch of ammo. So I think I should just try to avoid that. That, and it wasn't too difficult to avoid, at least. First one. See, I feel like that was a little backwards. I almost feel like they should have given you that one first, because then you could have been introduced to the enemy and been like, well, I tried to fight him and he immediately murdered me, so that's not the answer. Maybe I should try to, maybe I should just try to avoid him, and then make you deal with another one later that's like, oh, okay, now I have to learn how to fight it. I don't know. Because on one hand, I appreciate the fact that they were just kind of like, you can skip this one if you want to. Because it's like, thank you, I wanted to. Gimme. I should probably go ahead and use one of those. Keep myself as close to full health as I can. Oh, now what? Oh, what is that stuff crawling up his arm? That's new. Well, this is a roller coaster. Where am I? Have I been here before? I don't think I've been here before. God. Ooh. So now those fuckers are just gonna be everywhere, huh? That's just the gimmick now. See, they could even use those guys as a way to, like, deter you from going places that you're not supposed to go. Instead of just making it a pretty been there, done that, oh, you need a key to get through this door. You just put one of those guys there and be like, oh, I guess I'm not supposed to go that way because he just murders me. That wasn't great. We took a lot of damage. Not great at all. I don't know, this game's a pretty tricky experience for me in that regard, because I really like a lot of what they do, but they make some pretty big missteps in regards to combat, and since that's so integral to gameplay, that's kind of a big problem for me. Because I'm definitely a gameplay first kind of guy. Oh, fuck. Okay. Faster, please. Oh, fuck. Ah, come on. Ah, shit. What am I doing? Ah, nope, wrong button. None of that. Did it leave? Interesting. Okay, where the hell am I? So this is where we just came in. This was a dead end. There was a whole path over there that I didn't even go to the end of yet. Came through here. That's a dead end. And this looped around. Right? Yeah. Okay, so this both went the same way. Which means this is the only way forward. That, like, fog. It's amazing how scary something like fog is in a video game. Or in general, I guess. Oh, fuck. And then the enemies come from the direction that you very much could have seen them coming. Alright, 6 good shots will still take them down. That's good news, I guess. I think... I haven't played it, but I'm guessing that's why Subnautica works as well as it does, because Underwater kind of has that... Underwater and space both have the same kind of terror to them, because there's just, like, nothing, right? Like, you just look out and that's... Like, there could be anything out there. I think that's why there are some horror games, like the Silent Hill games. I think a couple of them do it, if not all of them. They really heavily use fog, because it's... First of all, in earlier games, it makes a lot of sense, because you can just hide stuff that hasn't loaded yet, but... Even with the more recent games, it's a good way to build suspense, I think, because you just, as the player, like, you don't know what's out there. I remember, I think, was it... I don't remember which expansion it was. One of the World of Warcraft expansions had an underwater zone, and it sucked. It wasn't good, but one of the things that was scary about it was that if you, like, got out into, like, deep ocean... where you just couldn't see anything at all, and you were only navigating by your map and the hope of, I think there's something in that direction. It's kind of unsettling. I think flying mounts had the same thing. If you go high enough in that game, you can't even see the ground. So there's just nothing. It's just a void. And I think that's a very unsettling thing. I'm kind of surprised this game doesn't use it more often, maybe? I mean, it is a pretty foggy game, but not to that extent, where it's, like, that thick, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Whoa. I shouldn't have turned back around when the game was loading, my apologies. The textures went bonkers for a second. Like, yeah, that's pretty foggy, but not to the point where you just, like, can't see anything. $80,007 at the lowermost point. Why are the achievements named like that? I'm also kind of curious how much further in this game I have to play. I'm in a difficult position, and forgive me, I think we're just going to kind of, like, ramble and banter here for a couple of minutes and then probably end the episode. I think we're at 44 minutes. Well, just about on my end. That's not counting the, like, minute at the beginning of the video where the game was loading that I'm gonna edit out and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm in a difficult junction with this game, and I don't mean that literally due to the fact that I can either go left here or I can go right here. I mean that more along the lines of what I've been saying through a lot of this episode. I like that there's a lot in this game that I like, but the combat is kind of just not great. And I think that is, like, detrimental to the experience at times. Now, that last, like, sequence of enemies was pretty okay. I managed to get through it all right. I need to see another, like, healing and ammo spot here soon, though, to be able to kind of keep me on top. And that might have been something else they could have done, is maybe not be so punishing on health and ammo. That way, if you have a bad fight, you can recover from it and move on. I think in the last episode, when we had that really bad combat section, I think that was why it was so bad, is because I misused health and ammo at some point. And that's on me, don't get me wrong, but it's on the game designers to make sure that it's not going to be too punishing if you do that. And I do think it was too punishing. Like, the checkpoints were too far back. There was maybe too many enemies at a couple of moments. But yeah, it's tricky. Like, I want to play more, but I also don't. Does that make sense? Like, I want to see more, but I'm also, like, I kind of, like... I guess the big issue is that I don't want too many of the episodes to be me just going, this is bad game design. Because at that point, no one's going to watch that, right? You're just going to stop. You're going to be like, well, okay, I get it. You don't think the combat's very good and you think that's detrimental to the gameplay. Either stop playing the game if you dislike it that much, or, stop talking about it. So I guess that's a tricky thing too. I don't know. It's a delicate balance. I don't think I'm gonna do any more in this recording session, which I should, because if I put the game down for too long, I'm gonna have a real hard time picking it back up. But anyway, it'll just be a video away for you guys whenever I decide to record it, so I suppose that's irrelevant. At the end of it all, thank you for watching. Despite my criticisms, I hope you're having a good time. I would say I mostly am. Like, again, I'm having enough of a good time that I'm like, I want to see more. I guess I just dread the idea of there might be another frustrating combat section come up, and that's just gonna set me off on a bitch fest session, and that doesn't play well. But I would say overall I'm having a good time. Mostly just due to the curiosity. This is just not some, and I've said it again and again and again, but this is just not something that I would ordinarily play. Which is kind of what made me say, like, let's just play something completely different. And I'm glad I did. So I hope you are as well. I hope you're having a good time. If you are, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help out quite a bit. And keep an eye out for future episodes. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. And I hope to see you again soon.